Just thoughts overall.
I do think that tonight was a night that showed how much tougher we need to get. I can specifically look at number 24 and say she just out-toughed us inside. And we're a strong team. We can be a physical team, but we just got to learn how to be tough and be a little bit grittier. When there are loose balls, we need to be on the floor. We need to own them. And that's what I think we were lacking a little bit tonight. I don't want to be a coach that has a pretty team. I want to be a tough, gritty team.
How do you teach that?
You practice it. You gotta work on it every single day, and honestly, you gotta take game intensity into practice. And our team knows I'm looking for that. If you don't show it to me during the week of practice, I won't expect you to be able to show it to me on game day, and so you might not get that opportunity. So my least favorite term is gamer. You've heard of people called a gamer, right? That is like my least favorite thing. All that means is you're not going to practice hard and all of a sudden you're going to show up on game day. I don't like gamers. I want all weakers.
Yeah. What did you talk about at halftime?
Felt like they were getting a ton of dribble handoffs and just kind of dictating a ton of switches and finding the mismatches they wanted. So we wanted to try and do a little bit more to stop them from turning corners. If we really wanted to kind of jump those dribble handoffs and force them back the direction they came from. We tried to switch to icing ball screens to little avail, but we wanted to switch a little bit of the ball screen technique as well. But end of the day, it is we need to quit getting ourselves in situations where we're requiring help. We need to have better on-ball presence. If we don't get broken down, we don't require help, well, then we don't need all the recovery, and those kickouts for threes probably aren't happening quite as well.
Yeah. How do you think your team did against their defense?
Honestly, if you would have told me we only had 12 turnovers, I'd have been pretty pumped. I can tell you throughout the week when we were stat in practice, we had a lot more. So credit to our practice guys for revving it up and making it really tough and preparing us for that, because I don't think the pressure bothered us all that much in the full court. Mm-hmm. It did in the half court, though. They were denying passes, and that's where we maybe saw a little bit more panic and didn't get the offensive continuity that we needed.
Kira had a great game. What'd you think of her?
Well, she definitely showed what she's capable of and why we're happy she's a Hawk, that's for sure. You get her in the open court, and she's electric. Now, we need to get out in the open floor a little bit more. Transition's something that we've got to be looking for more, and I can't keep begging for us to run. In the first quarter, we looked like we were slow. I said we're out of altitude. We were in altitude last week. There's no excuse now. So we got to get out and we got to play fast. And you see, honestly, after that first quarter, we're playing a pretty close game.
Yeah, for sure. It's early. We're only 2 games in.
Yeah.
You knew that you scheduled a tough non-conference schedule. We talked about that. But I mean, what are you seeing, like, improvement-wise? Like, are we trending in the right direction?
Well, I'm not sure yet. I think that we will. You know, we've had 2 games in, 6 days, something like that. We will improve. We will. And I said this, I don't think the team that we are today will be anything close to the team we are come January, February, March. If we take the right mindset. You have to have a team that has the mindset of continuing to work. And I'll tell you, today was an emotional day for our program. We said goodbye to Katie Richards, and she's the toughest person I have ever met in my life. And so our team will do everything we can to get tough like Katie. And if Katie's motto is be better, UND women's basketball will be better by the end of this year.